Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how I'm going to make a foil pan, like the little catering pans that you get. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of put it on here. And I'm just going to kind of make sure I got it even actually. Or close to even. Yeah, that's good. Then I'm going to somewhat press it down in there. Then I'm going to take this homemade piece that I made on the laser. And I'm going to flip it over into there. Make sure it's in that. And I'm going to press it. As you can see, it's getting pressed in there. Now, if your hands aren't very strong, you can always just tap it. Like that. Then you should have about the same amount all the way around. Now, because I tapped it, it's going to be a little harder to get at apart. But there it is right there. Make sure you make it just big enough to where you can grab the edges. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard time like I am. And just work at it a little bit and it'll come up. Okay, so then there's your pan, right? Now, if you want to have indentations in your pan, it's up to you. You can always just kind of go over top of where I have these with either your finger or a pencil or something like that. You can even use the bottom of a paintbrush. And what it does is it gives that little appearance of those in there. Let me see if I can get it back in the middle. Now you could do that in the little tray if I had done this with one layer, but because I did it with two, I want to give that extra room for pushing down without ripping it. So that's why that's like that. So now you're going to take some scissors and you're going to trim up around your little catering pan. So now I'm taking this and I'm just kind of crimping the edges so it gets that little look that you get on the edges with those kind of pans. I don't know if you can see that or not. And the pliers have that little rigid edge on the inside. And I'm just making sure that I make it flat all the way around. And once I have it that way, I can go back to it and I can trim up any excess. And believe it or not, this actually is part of a catering pan. It's the lid. That's what I like to use. You could probably use aluminum foil, but aluminum foil is not going to be as hard, so it's not going to stiffen quite as much. And then that's it. That's your little catering pan. Hopefully you can see that. All right, so I'm going to show you why I don't like foil. This is the foil, and you see it does work, but it's very flimsy, and it ripped before I could get it out. So I'll show you on camera real quick the difference between the two. This is part of a catering lid, and this is foil. It's a significant difference in the two. So if I were to do this, we want the shiny side showing out. We can honestly just kind of pretty much use it without that little frame because it's already pretty much going to form itself because it's foil. It's very flimsy. And you can't get that pressed look that I want. Okay, so there it is with the foil. And I don't know that you'll be able to get that little look in there without ripping it, but we'll just kind of... All right, for those of you who like this and want to do this, I'm going to show you another one that I did, and I haven't tried that one yet on camera. All right, so while I had you pause, I went ahead and did one, and then I'll show you what I did. All right, so this one is the round one. Which I was thinking for a pie pan. Still testing it. Sorry, it's wobbling so much. I don't have it on the tripod. I have it attached to the wall and I keep hitting it. So, sorry about that. Alright. So, I'm going to go ahead and put this in here like this. And then I'm going to take this, which is the other end. And I'm just going to lightly tap it. Alright, so a little bit crunched it on that end. Alright, so there's what it would look like. Now this side got a little bit pinched more than I would like it to be, but you guys are working with thick stuff. So to be honest with you, if you can get the really cheap catering lids that are very flimsy, or maybe like the little bottoms from like Dollar Tree that are really small, that would probably be better than this because it would be a little bit thinner than the one I'm using, but it would also be thicker than foil, so it would work out perfect. And again, this is if, you know, you're interested in having, I'm going to actually pinch this together and then fold that. If you're interested in having catering pans. Now, the other thing I'm going to try is seeing if it works with paper. Because if it works with paper, then you can use some either UV resin, or you could use some maybe Mod Podge or something like that, and you could seal it with that and make actual dishes. I'll just kind of went a little too close. I really suck at cutting the circle, don't I? But you get the gist. And it's kind of a little bit taller over here. So I guess it'll take trial and error, but you get the idea. And that's where it was bent. So. Alright, so I did press some paper. This is like Dollhouse wallpaper, believe it or not, that I just had in here. I can tell you I don't really like doing the paper. I tried it wet and I tried it dry. And the reason is that the paper is just so narrow that it just wants to rip the pattern off. So I don't like doing the paper on this one. However, I guess it can be done. Maybe if you take your time. Alright, you guys, so what I did here was I took a laminating sheet and heated it with the heat gun over top of the wooden mold. It's a little flimsy, but it did work. It does not work to iron it, I'll tell you that. I tried that too. So, I don't know, more to come. I'll let you know what else I play around with this and what happens next. Alright, thanks a lot. Have a wonderful day.